Normally, I don't defend men because 9 times out of 10, okay, they're usually at fault. But in this particular case, I'm going to side with Safaree because Erica Mena, she is always inserting herself in something. Okay, it never fails. So the first time she did this is when the situation came about with Diddy and Cassie. When the video was released of the DV, Safaree had tweeted something and he said something about, I can't believe what I just saw. I'm speechless. So the Shade Room reposted it, and Erica Mena hops in the comments and she said something that implied that she too was a victim of DV. So Ray J, in pure fashion, he hops in the comments in support of his friend Safaree, and he pretty much tell Erica, listen, shawty, chill, you doing too much, you were not a victim of DV. The situation you have going on with Safaree is totally different, so don't even compare the two. From that point on, all you heard was crickets, okay? You didn't hear a peep from Erica Mena. But recently, Safaree did an interview, and I'm paraphrasing. The interviewer asked him what is one of the biggest obstacles that he had to overcome. So he had mentioned him breaking up with Nicki Minaj. Now, this is his high school sweetheart. They grew up together. They started doing music together. But you would think he would mention his divorce. I mean, you're not with Erica Mena anymore. The kids have to split their time between two parents. So he didn't mention a thing, okay, about his divorce or Erica Mena, and she was pissed. So she hopped into the comments and then she said this, I will forever be embarrassed. I gave sis these incredible, beautiful babies. He don't even talk or care about his seeds this much online or in real life. So she's saying he pretty much did an interview, did not mention the kids at all. Not only did he not mention it on the radio, he doesn't mention them in real life. So I'm going to play you guys a clip of the video and tell me what y'all think. And then I'll be back to read some things she had to get off her chest.
What would you say your biggest struggle or obstacle you ever had to overcome?
Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat like, I was with Nicki, we broke up. So her fans and certain people, they just wanted it to be like, okay, they're not together no more. Him, let him be nothing, let him disintegrate, let him disappear, whatever. But 9-10 years later, 10, 15 TV shows later, a lot of music out later, doors up later, cribs, like, I'm still here. And, you know, some people don't like that. They're like, damn, why still paying attention to this? When me and Nicki first broke up and she got with Meek, and they were like the biggest in the world, and we was all beefing and shit. You got to think about it. I had two of the biggest people in the world like against me. So that made everybody be against me.
Right, the whole industry.
Yeah, so it was like nobody wanted to be next to me. Nobody wanted to like work with me or none of that. So it just made everything hard, and I was like, that was a dark time for me. You know what I'm saying?
That really affected you. Do you wish like you had kept your relationship with Nicki a secret?
Even nobody knew until after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. There were rules like you guys, you couldn't like kiss in person or like show affection.
Hell no. That wasn't even a thought.
Kanye West once shared that he asked you if Nicki Minaj would be interested in a threesome. And that's true? He asked you that?
Mm-hmm. Yo. Yeah.
But he didn't know y'all was together, apparently.
Nah, he didn't know. It was funny.
So what was your response to Kanye West when he said that?
Nah, so he was with Amber. We was in Hawaii. And we playing basketball. And this guy is like on some homeboy with me.
Right. So what was your response to him?
I just was like, I don't know, bro. You just got to see what's up.
He down with the mission.
All right, so you guys heard that. So he wasn't a deadbeat until he did that interview. He wasn't a deadbeat until the clip started circulating of him saying that one of his biggest struggle was breaking up with Nicki Minaj. So now all of a sudden he's a deadbeat. So she goes to her story in pure fashion and she says the following. I really been sparing you for so long, but enough is enough. You love social media attention, so here it is. You already go months at a time and not seeing these babies by choice. You went 2 months this last go round. You finally pop up at Legend's birthday, empty-handed and never offering to pay half or anything like always. You came for your quick once every few months photo opportunity with them and bounced. You finally decided to get them this past Saturday. Legend came with their hair. Legend came there with his hair braided already. Clearly, it needed to be taken out, but me just assuming since the so-called auntie and grandma was in town, my baby would be good, right? How is it no one thought to take my baby braids out and wash his hair? Girl, why didn't you? Okay. She goes on to say, especially since he was in and out a chlorine pool. Sis, as Safaree, she calling him sis. You have no problem making sure you're a bad bitch all the time. Damn. Why can't my babies be dressed and groomed properly like you do for you when you have them? A part of being a bad bitch is really taking care of your kids. So this is where I draw the line. You know I can go on for days with all the spiteful shit you don't do for your kids just because you think it's a way to hurt me, but not grooming and properly dressing your kids every time you have them is just honestly despicable. Okay, Erica. And I'm noticing that she's feminizing him by calling him sis. Well, Safaree, this was your preference. This was your spicy, exotic Latina that you were looking for, and you had it. All right, so she continues and she says, I already be having to eat-ish how you purposely dress my kids. So sloppy and cheap because you know that's one thing I take pride in outside their education. Girl, bye. You literally do nothing for them outside of child support. You don't pay for school and you don't pay for healthcare. But yet you claim you sell it. Their activities. You don't do anything to chip in to help for their birthdays. You literally skipped out on Christmas and Safaree's birthday all together this year. What you could at least do when you do have them is take pride in that and actually put some effort. You got all this money, so you told the world, and you got all these diamonds, but yet why is it when you have your kids, they walking around looking like this? Did grandma and auntie not feel the need to grab a comb for your baby, sis? Once again, she calling him sis. She keeps repeating that she takes pride in their appearance and their education. Who are you trying to convince? Us or yourself? It's all cap. Now, I know she loves her kids, but girl, come on. If a person has to keep saying, I take pride in this and that, 9 times out of 10, they really don't. Girl, who you fooling? Not us. So looking at the pictures and going through the messages, it looked like Safaree had the kids for the weekend, but she sent the kids to him with their hair in a mess. I don't want to say it looked a mess, but she said it looked a mess. Sometimes parents don't feel like doing their kids' hair. It's fine. But she says she take pride in her kids' hair, and she's upset that Safaree didn't do it. But why didn't you do it? Why did you send the kids there with their hair looking like that if you take pride in their appearance? Because I know she didn't expect Safaree to take their hair down, do a deep condition, blow dry it, put some oil in it, twist it. You couldn't expect for Safaree to do that. And again, Safaree is only a deadbeat when he don't respond to the way she think he should respond to things or do things. Because had he said that one of his biggest struggles was his divorce, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. And why are some of the sisters in the comments caping for her and defending her? This is a racist woman. She's a colorist. I can never defend that. I won't. Now, I forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget. All right, so let's go into the last message she posted in her story. Once again, she's feminizing her ex-husband by saying, "Sis, as Safaree, you finally decided to babysit your kids Saturday, and by Monday, you're calling yourself putting them in summer camp. You know I paid $2,700 a month for their education alone. That's all year round. You know how I am about keeping their minds stimulated. Girl, if this ain't I want attention. You know I'm big on them having a routine. If you was going to take them to just only put them somewhere random, why not bring them to the school you helped me pick out but don't pay for it? But really, you barely see them as it is. And it's summertime. Why aren't you indulging in your kids you never really see, even though you live 30 minutes away? Why can't they be dressed and groomed properly when they're with you?" And that is the end. But when she initially had the oldest child, okay, her and Safaree was going through it. He was cheating. They were fighting, arguing. She would call him a deadbeat, only to have a second child with the man you call a deadbeat. I don't get it. And I say this again. Safaree is only a deadbeat when he does something that Erica Mena doesn't like. Anytime he does something to offend her, she's going to call him a deadbeat. Granted, he may be a lousy husband, a lousy partner, but I don't think he's a deadbeat. Because at one point, the kids were with him 90% of the time. But if he's living only 30 minutes away, I find it hard to believe that he's not seeing his kids. I just don't believe it. But let's get into some of these comments, because some of these people was making sense. Somebody said, bitter. I wouldn't give a F if my kids came home with one sock, flooded jeans, and a half shirt. Did you have fun? Did anyone harm you or mistreat you? She worried about the wrong ish. He a man at the end of the day. He ain't worried about combing a little girl hair or taking down braids. What the F? Baby, you bitter, and it shows. Go heal and get that hurt up off. And babe, this is not a good look. That part. Yes, it's given bitter. And I think she's bitter too, because when she filed for divorce, Safaree was pretty nonchalant about it. He didn't fight for his marriage, and she even said it on Love and Hip Hop. She wanted him to fight for her, and he didn't, and that's why, one of the reasons why she's bitter. But somebody else said, those braids look like they've been in for over a month, sis. Just admit his admission about Nicki triggered you and move along. Same thing I said. Had he not mentioned Nicki, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Now, this one right here, Erica, darling, you picked him twice at that. The Nicki interview set you off, and now you're projecting on us. Baby, go text that man directly or something. We can't help you. Someone said this. I can't stress this enough. Ladies, protect your womb at all costs. Who you have children with is one of the most important decisions in your life. I agree. Someone else says, I don't play about my kid's appearance, so she ain't wrong in my eyes. You should never look better than your kids. That's a fact. But let's keep in mind, Erica sent the kids to their dad looking the way they looked, okay? Which I don't think was bad. But she said they look bad, and that's how she sent them. Someone else said, I think her requirements and expectations are higher than the norm, so nothing he does is enough for her. Okay, that makes sense. All right, y'all, that is all. Share your thoughts in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.